what does Kamala Harris think about student loan debt forgiveness?
Elizabeth Warren is here, as you know. She said that she supports student loan forgiveness for 42 million Americans.
Yeah.
Would you go that far? Do you support that?
Well, I support anything that is about reducing the debt of student loans, and I think that's an important conversation to have.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay,
no,
great.
not fair enough.
Yeah, great answer, very detailed.
Don, you got to
anyway.
press her on that. I mean, no, like you support anything that reduces student debt? Anything? How about, so would you be in favor of wiping it all out? Now, forget the graduated scale that Elizabeth Warren talked about. And by the way, that might be a good answer. Wayne Messam was on the program. He's also running for president, mayor of Miramar, Florida. He says, yeah, wipe it all out. Or you could say, hey, we could do Klobuchar's plan, not wipe it out, but refinance it so people can make money refinancing it. Okay,
Yeah.
So that's a huge range, Senator Harris. Which part of that range are you in?
Let me give you a little more context. So her full answer mentioned debt restructuring. So similar to Amy Klobuchar, stuff related to maybe refinance, maybe consolidate, I don't know, nonsense that's not really gonna solve the issue. And I think that's the direction she's going in rather than canceling student loan debt. And look, I understand the hesitation that some politicians have when it comes to canceling student loan debt. I don't agree with it, but there are some people who are salty because they went to college, they had to pay tuition, and they don't want, younger generations to get off free. But here's the thing, their college experience and the amount of money they had to pay was very different from what students have to pay today, right? So if you're salty about it, get over it. Get over it. And if you think it's all about me, I had to pay for college. I had to pay for it. And I don't want these people to have to go for free. All right, college loan debt doesn't simply impact the people who are burdened with that debt. It negatively impacts our economy, which means it also impacts you. Anyway, we live in a country where we're supposed to be looking out for one another, but we're in this individualistic mentality that's so incredibly dangerous and destructive to our democracy.
Yeah.
And our economy.
I keep going to my dad tonight for some reason, but so I'm super lucky, blessed, the whole thing. My dad paid for the great majority of my loans for college. So when people say, oh, I'm a self-made man, yeah, I started this company, right? And we worked really, really hard at it. I ain't self-made. No way.
No one's
way.
self-made.
Nobody is.
No one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And so I owe my dad everything, but my dad is a progressive. He doesn't go around going, well, since I paid for those loans, make sure everybody else does too. So make sure they don't get a chance, especially if they don't have a dad like my dad, right?
Or a dad, period.
Right. And now my dad was incredibly poor when he started out, and he's not Howard Schultz or anything like that. He's just a successful small businessman in the middle of Central Jersey, right? But that's when you know you're a decent person, when you say, hey, yeah, I paid that, but on the other hand, my dad got a college education for free, and that's what let us do all this. So he wants other people to get a free college education or maybe get their student loans taken care of. But this country constantly looks out for the richest people in the country. That tax cut that Trump passed, 83% of the benefits go to the top 1%. The top 1% on average got a $61,000 a year tax break. $61,000 a year. And so, but we're not allowed to be bitter about that. We're not allowed to say, hey, wait up now, that doesn't seem quite fair. They go, class warfare, how dare you, everybody protect the rich, protect the rich. Okay, do a phalanx around the rich. But if you go, hey, maybe that guy who has $37,000 in student loan debt is drowning in debt, and even though I paid, I wanna help that guy. They're like, oh yeah, there goes a limousine liberal wanting to help a guy. It's maddening. And look, now back to the main issue here. With Kamala Harris, another concern I have about her is she gives spectrum answers. So what do I mean by that? She says, oh, Medicare for all, yeah, I'm in for Medicare for all of it. What do you mean all of it? All the different options. No, and during one of the town halls, she said, oh yeah, get rid of private insurance. She didn't say it quite like that. She said it a little differently. And then people were like, really, get rid of private insurance? And she's like, well, no, not necessarily. And she walked it back because she's for the whole spectrum. Well, if you're for the whole spectrum, you're not going to fight for the real policy. You're going to immediately begin compromising. And so you're going to do what Obama did. Well, so I don't want single payer. Ooh. How about multi-payer? How about we, take the Heritage Foundation plan? How about we do Romney Care? How about we start compromising so deep into the right wing that we don't even consider the public option, right? So I'm not interested in that redo. I'm just not interested in it. So when you tell me you're for the whole spectrum, what I hear is I'm for the minimum. Because if you're not for the maximum, you're gonna get the minimum.
The TYT Plus app is now available on iOS and Android. Download to get more TYT content at tyt.com/app.